Seasons and reasons for celebration. Happy Thanksgiving. But is there a reason to celebrate if we don't have a Rockwell-style Thanksgiving going? Hi, I'm Dr. K.P. McKee, founder and executive director of a Spacious Place Creativity and Spirituality Center. And as we walk through today's project, we would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, you can enter them in your chat box on your mobile device or on your computer. So there is no holiday that says tradition quite like Thanksgiving. We can just imagine the table groaning with well-prepared food, fathers carving the turkey, mom's laying one of many side dishes that she prepared from scratch in her oven on the table, everyone sitting around dressed in their Sunday best. There are smiles of wholesome family love everywhere. And that is wonderful if that is the Thanksgiving that you are experiencing or have experienced. For many, that is not the kind of experience that Thanksgiving is. We don't have a Rockwell-style Thanksgiving. And that the distance of miles and difficult family relationships sometimes have given rise to celebrations like Friendsgiving. So say that we do not have a Rockwell Thanksgiving. Do we have a reason to celebrate? And if so, what might that be? And I just thought about it, and I thought about the fact that for us all, we have what I call the 3 G's: grace, gratitude, and generosity. So first of all, we have grace. We live on a planet that provides us life, air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, sustenance of all kinds. So we are living, no matter how difficult things are, in that sense, a graced life. And so we can respond with gratitude. Thanking whatever God is meaningful to you for the daily good things in life. We're very aware right now of hardships. So noticing also those blessings strengthen us to endure the hard things in life, even if this Thanksgiving is a hard one for us. And then also generosity. The story of Thanksgiving tells us one thing, that those who had shared with those who had not. And no matter where we are, what little we have, there is something that we can share with someone else out in a spirit of generosity, even if it is a nod or a smile. So with that in mind, what are some resources that we can enjoy this Thanksgiving season to remind us of the joys of Thanksgiving, no matter whether we have a Rockwell-style one or not? So on a humorous vein, the Addams Family Values celebrates one of the most hilarious, dark renderings of the Thanksgiving story that I have ever seen, and it has become a family watch for us every single year. Second of all, WKRP in Cincinnati has a Thanksgiving episode that is also both hilarious and dark, and another thing that we enjoy every single year. So you can probably find a version of that on YouTube, I would think.
Yes.
On a more serious note, the book Soul Feast by Marjorie Thompson actually uses the idea of a feast to talk about spiritual formation. I'm just going to read a couple of the chapter titles. Hunger and Thirst for the Spirit, the Spiritual Yearning of Our Time. Chewing the Bread of the Word, the Nature and Practice of Spiritual Reading. And Communication and Communion with God, Approaches to Prayer. So this would be a nourishing read for the Thanksgiving season. And then last, and I have loaned out my copy of this, is the book Hardwiring Happiness, which is a great read. And it talks about the fact that we are 3 times as likely to respond to those hard things as we are to things that are blessings, because that is how we survived in our early days as we were evolving. Because if you were not hyper aware of hardships, you weren't here to enjoy the good things later on. So that's by Mark Hansen, Hardwiring Happiness, and you can find that online. So those are some resources that someone else has created. What are some things that we might do in our home to celebrate the holidays? So first of all, are thanks banners that you can make at whatever level you have the supplies for. This one's simply made of paper and wrapped around paper towel holders with a very simple string. Just cut out the letters thanks. You could also maybe do it in some different languages and celebrate global Thanksgiving. This one was more involved with an actual dowel stick and fabric that, I didn't even hem the edges here. And then alternating fabrics in autumn colors and the letters for the word thanks. And then we strung it and hung some yarn from the sides and a hanger. And now we have a thanks banner of fabric. So last thing, and please forgive my allergy cough, we are going to make an actual cornucopia. You can see the one here, and I'm just going to move it aside. It's done its job, showing us the beauty of the season. So what you're going to do is take a square of, you can, at any home improvement store, they have the rolls of this that you can lay out on the floor if you're going to paint, and it's good thick and it's very inexpensive, but also if you just have some lightweight cardboard, that works fine. And then you want to fold it in half this way and both other ways, and then on just one section, draw some lines. You will cut along those lines and stop where the lines stop. So have one prepped to that place, just like this. And then on one of these sections, you're going to write a word of thanks. And I thought I'd go with the G's and go with gracias for our Spanish-speaking friends. And on one side, we're going to glue. If you would like the template for this, we can provide that for you. It's fairly simple to do, though.
And I have provided a link to the WKRP turkey drop.
Oh, excellent. That will bring some cheer to your day, I can tell you. And then we're going to fold the other piece over and up and get a little glued. And what I like to tell people when we're doing this is that it likes you to put your hand way in there and press down all the way. And while that is drying, I am going to show you what we can put in there. Okay. So these are tissue paper flowers in autumn colors. I just love this blue, isn't that pretty? I got all of this at Michael's. And I just wanted to show you, you probably know how to make a tissue paper flower, but just in case. So you want to cut squares of tissue paper. These are 6 inches by 6 inches. And then stack them up. These are, we have 6 layers here. This is 12 layers, and what I'm about to do is 12 layers. So you can see it's a little bit of difference, but they both look really beautiful. So however many you want, you can also use smaller or larger squares if you like. So you're going to stack them up. You're going to then accordion fold. And then I used floral wire, but if you have like a twisty from a bread bag, that works just fine too. And you want to get it nice and tight. Then you're going to start with the top layer and just start pulling gently. And I tell children this is the time to use our gentle fingers, but also we want to pull way in so that you separate the layers. Maybe you can find a link for the Hardwiring Happiness book too. Hardwiring Happiness actually uses the word savor about taking in the good things. So I think it's a real good read for Thanksgiving. And last one. So there we have it. And then we take our Thanksgiving cornucopia that we have made, and now we're going to twist the ends where we have cut so it bends in like a cornucopia. And we can now lay our beautiful flowers inside and spilling out. And we have a cornucopia. Fold this in a little bit more. My glue is still drying. There we go. So if you have found this helpful, we hope you'll like it on Facebook. And also you can rewatch on Facebook, on YouTube, or on our channel, www.aspaciousplace.com. And we'll be back on December 5th for another Reasons and Seasons for Celebration. So I thought we would close with a prayer that you may find familiar by Henry Alford. Come, ye thankful people, come. Raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in ere the winter storms begin. God, our Maker, doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come. Raise the song of harvest home. Amen.